Hi friends, welcome back. This week's video we're going to be going around the house and just cleaning up some cluttered areas. But the very first thing that I have to do is get lunch started for the kiddos so that when we pick Ruby up from school, everything will be nice and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start on getting my chicken fried up, and then we'll get into all of the motivation. Now I'm just going to use some drumsticks that I got on sale at Publix. They've been in the freezer for a while, so I want to get these used up. We're going to be doing chicken and rice. Now my kids will eat this for lunch, but there's going to be plenty left over for dinner as well. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on the chicken. I do have some already heating up in the pan, but I do like to add just a little bit. And honestly, this bottle is empty, so I'm just going to use up this tiny little bit so I don't store it in my cabinet. So I have a couple of spices in my cabinet. You already know I'm going to use the caldo de pollo chicken bouillon spice. Slap your mama. And then cumin. So that's what I'll be using. I'm not gonna add salt because the chicken bouillon and the slap your mama already has tons of salt in it, and I would rather have less salt than too much. And we're going to put the skin side down because I want the skin to get nice and crispy. Look at that beautiful crispiness. So right here I have 4 cups of water with 3 cloves of garlic and half of a medium-sized white onion. Then I'm going to add my chicken bouillon to the blender cup. Now, if I had chicken broth stocked up in the freezer, I would not use water or this. I would just use the chicken broth in place of the water. But I am fresh out, so I'll have to make some more of that. So until then, chicken bouillon to the rescue. So I'm going to use a heaping tablespoon of chicken bouillon because we did add some to the chicken, and there will be chicken fat that we're going to fry the rice in. So that should be plenty. And I have 2 cups cups of short grain rice that I have washed until the water came out clear. I'm just going to put this to the side because I do want to let the chicken legs cook really, really well. So I'll flip those a couple of times in 10-minute increments until I'm satisfied with the crispiness and the doneness before we start worrying about frying the rice. Because it's 1 o'clock now, so I've got a good hour before I need to start getting the little kids ready to go pick up their sister. So let's tackle some of the laundry. That way I'll be really close to the kitchen while the chicken is frying. It has been a rainy and dreary day today, so I was completely workless earlier this morning because that's usually what happens when it's dreary outside. It feels dreary inside. And I was a little tired. I'm not even gonna lie, but it was all worth it because this past weekend was Ruby's first communion, and let me tell you, she was absolutely stunning in her dress, and it was just a wonderful time. Wonderful celebration, and the family was there. And we had good food, so it was all worth it. I think I ended up getting up at like 4:30 in the morning on Saturday. That was the day she did her first communion. You know, because if you have kids, there are so many things that can go wrong. Right? So I got up super early to make sure that I had enough time to get myself bathed and dressed and makeup, the whole 9 yards before the kids got up. That way I could focus on getting them ready and not feel so rushed because she had to be there super early. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning that she had to be there, but Mass didn't start until 10. So it's kind of like we had to do 2 trips to take her first and then the little kids, because if I would have taken them at 9 o'clock in the morning, by the time Mass started, they would have been unglued. They would have been done. But they actually did so good. I think I got there like 20 minutes before everything started. And that was just enough for us to be able to find a seat and we still have my sanity. Oh, there's the timer for the chicken. So let me go flip the chicken real quick and I'll be back. How do you only have one sock? Like, where did they go? So I've taken my chicken out and there is some chicken fat in here butter and some skin. I'm gonna leave that in there because it is a ton of flavor. I'm gonna add in that sliced onion. And I'm gonna add in my 2 cups of washed and drained rice. Once my rice gets a nice brown color and there's nothing left sticking on the bottom of the pan, then that's when I am ready to add my water mixture or my broth, whatever I have. So, you know, if you want your rice toasted more than this, you can definitely continue on, but this is just fine for me. Alright, so the rice has been cooking for 15 minutes. It's about done. There's a little bit of liquid in here, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off and just let it sit on this hot burner, covered up with a towel on top for at least 20 minutes.
What we're going to do here is just really quickly organize these 2 little bins because they've gotten out of hand. They become catch-alls all the time, so you just have to organize them. That's all that I can think to do is organize them when I have a chance to. I mean, sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. I feel like if I really wanted to be a stickler on it, I could go through this thing every day, but am I gonna? No, I'm not. It's not that big of a deal. It takes 5 seconds.
All right, and we got that done. We were able to get it looking a little bit better, making space for more items in here and definitely throwing out all of the empty containers. So for that, I am thankful to definitely check this off my list. It's been there for a couple of days. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that this video gave you tons of motivation for those slow and rainy days. Just remember, mamas, it is okay to take it slow. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.